Hey everybody, Maction here, and this video has been a long time coming. It's been 1 year since I left a multi-channel network, specifically TGN, the game network. I'm making this video now because by the contract that I signed, this was the amount of time that I had to wait before I could make comments about my contract. And I keep my word. I wish I could say the same for TGN. I will give them the benefit of the doubt by saying this: at the time, multi-channel networks could do a lot more for you than they can now with regards to things like copyright strikes. Now though, it's about the same. Pretty much the only thing that a multi-channel network can do for a small channel like me, or maybe you, is to give you access to those unskippable video ads. For those of you who don't know, the ads that run on YouTube videos pay the person who made the content if you watch 30 seconds or the whole video, whichever's greater. So unskippable video ads greatly increase how well you are compensated for your efforts to entertain. Now let me tell you the story of how it happened, why I left, and how difficult it was for me to leave. So I was approached by a scout for TGN, the game network, and was asked to partner up with their multi-channel network. Now, my first mistake was thinking that the sentiments of the recruiter were at all representative of the perspectives of the network. But, you know, I was really taken in. He did one thing really well. Back in those days, my channel still showed my name as Tennies in a Tux, something that you can see I've rectified since, but it was helpful because only someone who actually watched my videos would know that I go by Maction. And he opened up by addressing me as Maction, something that nobody, not even the recruiters for Machinima, did correctly. But that's okay, because after all, Ross Scott, also known as the unofficial voice of Gordon Freeman, did a phenomenal job of warning me about Machinima, so thanks, Ross. Now, this recruiter told me a story about how TGN wanted to embrace the mobile gaming scene, and as such, my channel was just the type of humor and presentation quality that they wanted to spearhead their foray into mobile games. Honestly, I was taken in. I mean, the first person-to-person approach that I had yet seen from a multi-channel network, and at the time there was, and there still is, a need for good quality mobile gaming. And so it's an opinion that, of course, how could I not have? It seemed like a huge opportunity. I could be the face of mobile games for TGN. My work would have significant reach, and I would have the support of a large multi-channel network. After looking over the contract, I decided that most of the items were things I could live with. I had the sincerest hope that even though my revenue split was going to be 60-40 on the videos that were on my channel, and 50-50 of the videos of mine that they hosted on their channel, that the increased clicks per million and traffic that TGN would hopefully drive my way would be worth it. And I was told time and time again that I could cancel at any time in the 3-month trial period if I didn't think it was working out for me. So after much deliberation, I signed the contract, and that is where the trouble really started. I continued making my videos and using their branding assets, such as their watermarks and their bumpers, on my game videos. I made certain that I was in compliance with every guideline and submitted each video for consideration to be featured on their main page. But nothing happened. No one from the community ever even contacted me about that mobile awesomeness that they were supposed to be, materializing and that I was supposed to be heading up. Honestly, it's my own fault because, well, I should have known they didn't have any intention of expanding into mobile gaming. As a matter of fact, as of this recording, I've only seen 1 or 2 items officially hosted by TGN that related to mobile gaming. So when I became concerned about the fact that my videos weren't being featured, I contacted somebody in their department and I said, hey, I just want to make sure I'm doing everything right. Why is my stuff not being featured? And they said, oh, everything's great, but, your stuff just sucks. And that's kind of the hostility that I faced, not just from the staff, but as well as the rest of the community of TGN. Phrases like mobile sucks and nobody wants that crap. After about 1 month, I decided that they had not been fully honest with me about their interests in my work. It seemed that they had very little, almost no interest in mobile games, and they had especially no interest in making me the face of a mobile division. So I contacted them and I asked them to terminate my contract. When asked, I said, hey, it's just not a good fit, so let's go ahead and cancel it. And here is where things go from bad to worse. After a brief time, my cancellation was confirmed, and I was even told that my contract was listed as month to month, which made perfect sense to me because I hadn't locked myself into a 1-year contract. What else could it be? And that I would be released from TGN. That time came and went, and I was still in the multi-channel network. I sent several emails about this, and I was informed that even though I had canceled, the contract said that I had to stay till the end of the 3-month trial period. Again, looking at the contract, it seems rather clear that it doesn't lock you in at all, but rather it states that there's a 3-month trial period, and if you don't cancel before a certain period of time, it'll be automatically renewed to a 1-year contract if you don't cancel. That's all I see. That's all I saw. Well, this meant that they got to take their cut from my October, November, and December earnings, the largest earnings of the year for me. I tried to fight it, but I had no money for legal counsel, so I just kind of bit my lip and sucked it up, and decided that the bait and switch that they pulled was just something that I had to live with. About 2 weeks after I had given my official notice that I was going to cancel, I was contacted by one of their TGN staff to participate in a special TGN Partner Spotlight. They were going to interview me, talk about my work, and post it on the main channel. Slam dunk. But apparently nobody had informed them that I was going to be leaving. So, while it would have been a good call for me to just go with it, to do the thing and, leave when my time was up, I did the honorable thing and I informed him up front that while I appreciated it and desperately wanted the exposure, I would be leaving TGN very soon and he should probably go for somebody else. Well, he decided to pry a little bit and asked why, and I told him that it just wasn't a good fit. Their viewer base didn't really seem to enjoy my work. And, I offered what I thought was a diplomatic response, but characteristic of my time there, I was kind of appalled when he started to attack me a little bit. He said things like, there's no interest in videos about obscure mobile games. It's not the network, it's the viewers. Nobody wants it. And he just went on about how viewers don't care, nor do YouTube's search algorithms. Which I guess is fine, but it was rather typical of the fact that I was just not well received by their people or by the community. And they couldn't even seem to let me go without trying to get a dig in at my work. Honestly, I can't say I'm surprised. After all, what were they really going for? Maybe they got what they wanted, a 40% split of my revenue during the busiest time of the year, maybe. And even though I did see an increase in the revenue I got, even with the splits, I knew that if I was getting this much trouble and was met with this much animosity just during the trial period, that it was just going to get worse as time went on. And so I parted ways. And that is why I left TGN. And that's why I might not be interested in joining a multi-channel network. Try putting it in writing that these types of things won't happen, and maybe we'd talk about your multi-channel network. Otherwise, just go, fly a kite. Really, I think Admiral Akbar expresses it best. For me, it turned out to be a trap. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed, and if you have, a comment or a like goes a long way. Clicking on any of the videos will take you to a corresponding playlist for conventions, reviews, tutorials, and even Android games. And be sure to be subscribed so that you will be notified of new videos as they come out. Thanks again, and I'll see you around.